So taking a look at the box, the packaging is pretty good. It has pictures on the outside of the box of the different modes that you can use the Maxi-Jet 1200 in, as well as some information regarding gallons per hour during circulation mode, and the max head of the pump. There you see a picture of the circulation mode as well. Pretty cool. Nice packaging, nice pictures, nice and clear. So, opening up the box, we see that the parts that come with the Maxi-Jet reactor are packaged fairly well in just some plastic baggies. Although the pump itself isn't packaged in anything, it's just thrown inside the cardboard box. So that was kind of disappointing because I kind of expected it to be a little bit more packaged, like with some cardboard surrounding it maybe, so it was stationary and it, didn't have any room to move around during shipping, probably causing some issues with it, so I just expected the packaging to be a little bit better, but they did put a cover on the electrical cord, so yeah, I guess maybe they thought that was sufficient. Taking a look at the directions, these are probably the most well drawn out, well pictured directions I've seen thus far in the products that I've ordered recently for my aquarium. There's clear pictures of each mode that you can use the Maxi-Jet in, and clear instructions on how to build it and everything. So very nice instructions, makes it very easy for the first time user to know how to use the Maxi-Jet. Also just some other warning papers and things like that. Here's the propeller cover used during circulation mode. These are all the parts that come with the Maxi-Jet. They also include some suction cups so you can attach it to the wall of your aquarium. And here is the omnidirectional mount with the adapter plate, so you can use it during circulation mode and turn it to wherever you want. It also includes some strainers / pre-filters, same thing. And here is the propeller assembly used during circulation mode. Felt pretty good, but the plastic felt kind of cheap. And this is the under gravel adapter, and that other part next to it, I have no idea what that was because that was not pictured in the directions. Here's the single suction cup mount in case you wanted to hang it on your tank or on the bracket of your tank. And here is another mount used for mounting the power head when you're not using it in circulation mode to the wall of your aquarium. And here is the tube router that actually plugs into the back of the power head. It has these two little holes and you just slide it right in there. And this is the attachment that you use to control your output. So they call it rotational output, but basically you can just point it in the direction that you want water flow. So pretty cool. And this is a air control valve. This is used to control air, I guess, if you want to use it with an air pump. And they also include some plastic tubing, which I thought was nice, I guess, because plastic tubing is just so expensive. And here's the pump itself. The pump feels pretty well built. The other parts, like the propeller assembly and the impeller that I'm about to show you, it felt pretty cheap. It didn't feel as solid as their previous models. The pump does have some weight to it, so I mean, usually we judge products quality by their weight, but honestly, I mean, it feels okay, but build quality could be a little better. So before we get to the noise test, I should just say that I do actually own the older Maxi-Jet model, the green colored one, and let me tell you, this pump compared to their new model, there's really no comparing the two because their older model was way, way, way better built, and it put out plenty of water and operated completely silently, which is one of the big disappointments I have about their newest model. I thought, pretty much since this is our newest, latest, and greatest model that it would be possibly better, than the older model, but it's not entirely. So let's go ahead and get to the sound test. This is the water pump operating with my CO2 reactor, and also I should say that the water pump does not have a lot of pressure that it has to push water through because there's nothing inside my reactor besides water. So it's basically just pushing water through the reactor and then back into the tank through the plastic tubing. So let's go ahead and listen.
2014? You said 2013. What do you say
So now I want you guys to hear the sound their older model makes. This is their older model Maxi-Jet, and I use it in my wet dry filter as my return pump. Let's go ahead and listen. So as you can see, or hear I should say, their older model Maxi-Jet operates completely much more quieter than their newest Maxi-Jet. So something I don't understand is why Marineland would go this route. You know, they've been a great company. They've sold quality things for a long time. There have been a few products from them that kind of, were kind of crappy, but I think this one kind of tops the list because their previous Maxi-Jet pump was perfect. Very good build quality, very stable, very reliable, and put out plenty of flow and operated completely silently. But this new model just is the total opposite. It's just so weird why they would go this route. I'm thinking Marineland lowered the quality of their newest pumps because they just wanted to make it cheaper. They wanted to use less materials maybe, or cheaper plastics to make it cheaper to make so they can make more money when they sell it to businesses or wholesalers or whatever. But see, this is one of the biggest problems that most companies have, because when they go this route, the cheap route, that leads to crappy products, and they obviously don't really consider how their customers are going to feel about this pump. Maybe they just did something with the design or the plastics that they use so they can make it cheaper to make, thus making them more money. Maybe they just did that. But in reality, yeah, more money is great, and I'm sure there's lots of people in the company that like the money that's coming in, and it's great to be rich and everything, but you got to think about your customers. Are your customers really going to want a pump that's unreliable, very noisy, and not stable? What are your customers going to want? That's what Marineland should have really thought about. And I think the biggest mistake was changing the overall design, because the previous model was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. It worked very well, operated silently. I mean, I've had mine for 4 years, and it's been running non-stop, and I barely clean the thing, and it still puts out plenty of flow. So their older models were just perfect, and I have no idea why they would lower the quality or the standards of their newer models. Because you think, a company coming out with something, newer, better, latest and greatest, that product is going to be better than their older one. And in this case, it's just not. Marineland just went the opposite route. He just went into a corn maze. In conclusion, don't buy this pump. You're not going to be happy with it, and it's not going to give you years and years of reliability and enjoyment like the previous Maxi-Jet models will. My recommendation would be to do whatever you can to find one of the older models. For example, the one that I have, which the model name is a little bit different. It's like NJ100 or something like that. But just go ahead and Google it. I think if you type in Maxi-Jet green pump or something like that, it should come up. But that's what I recommend. Try finding a website that sells the older model and buy one of those, because those operate completely silently, much more reliable, and they do their job, and they're very stable. So don't buy this pump. Don't buy the new Maxi-Jet pump, because you will not be happy with it. If you want a silent pump, people do recommend the Cobalt Aquatics MJ1200. So I truly haven't tried it for myself, so I can't say for sure. But like I said, that's what people recommend. That's what Bulk Resupply recommends. So I kind of trust their judgment, because they've been really good to me as far as a company. So that's what I have to say for this pump, guys. Sorry that it didn't really work out for me, and that you guys have to wait even longer to see my CO2 reactor finally up and running, working, and the review and everything. But trust me, I'm as irritated as you are.